Hi everyone, welcome to Eating Secret. Today we are doing a remake of Luscious Lemon, but this time I'm going to make it in my loaf moulds instead of the slab mould. And the colours we're going to be using is Pink 201 from Mineral Makeup Ingredients, which is fluorescent pink. Also Yellow 240, also from Mineral Makeup Ingredients, which is fluorescent yellow. Now these two colours here, you'll find them at nearly all the mica suppliers. I've seen them on most mica suppliers. We've got Mica Mama's Buttercup Yellow. Just because this is fluorescent, I want to tone it down a little bit so it's not such a bright in your face vibrant yellow. Just want it a little bit toned down. We are also using Chang essential oil. So let's get making some soap, shall we? Alright, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to divide off some soap batter, and that will be for the topping. So I poured 1300 mils there, and I'm just going to pop that to the back. Seems like quite a lot actually. Yeah, I think it's, I don't know, better to have too much as too little. Right, so yeah. Okay, so this is my soap batter, and I'm going to add the essential oil straight into that, and then we're going to divide some of it off. It's really strong Chang, also known as Listea Cubeba. That's the INCI name. It soaks beautifully, and it has very slow acceleration. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to divide some off again, because we're going to do an in the pot swirl. I don't know whether to do yellow in white or white in yellow. I think I'll do white in yellow. So I've mixed some titanium dioxide with warm water. I'm just going to pop that in there. Always pop it back on the shelf so it doesn't spill over. And then also add my colour. Done about half a teaspoonful. Of the neon, and then half a teaspoonful of the Buttercup Yellow. So let's blend that in, shall we? So we're just going to pour in the white like so. And then just pour into the molds. Now I've got my gloves on because I should have known better. I got a little bit of essential oil behind one of my nails, so it's aggravating me a little bit. It's not as bad as getting some lye or soap butter. So if you're going to make soap, please make sure you look up all the safety measures that you need to take. Very important. I know I don't mention it very much in my videos because really all I'm showing you is techniques. Anyway, so just make sure you check them. So we're just going to let that thicken up until it's strong enough to pipe on top of and hold the topping on the top. I think the colour scheme is going to be better this time than last time. Last time I used the bronze mica and it didn't really go with the top, so hopefully this one will look better.
I want to
I'd
make
like
one.
to chat now, to be honest.
Oh,
That's okay.
wow. Okay, sure.
Yeah. Come on.
Okay. All right.
See you guys in a little bit.
So I'm using the Wilton 1M today, and we're just going to plop a little bit of soap butter into there, then a bit of the pink, then a bit of the orange, and some more pink down this side. I've just had supper, and I usually buy lamb as a joint on its own. Anyway, I bought like a kind of pre-made one. It had herbs on it. I hate herbs. I absolutely hate the taste of them. Ugh. So I couldn't taste any lamb at all. All I could taste was the herbs, and it was on everything, the turnip and the potato. Ugh, never again. I don't think this is ready to pipe yet, but I'm going to have a go anyway. I think we might be okay actually. perfectly ready to pipe. One thing with this fragrance, it takes forever to go off. It's literally hours since I made this soap now, and we're just able to pipe on the top now. It's very strong, this essential oil. Like the whole house smells of it. But at least it's a nice smell, isn't it? Nice and lemony and fresh and very, very uplifting. But you can taste it as well. That's how strong it is. Right, that's it for the flowers. I think I should have made this in the slab mould, you know. I think the top works better in the slab mould. But I just feel like I want all my soaps to be the same size at the moment. So we've just got a simple small round nozzle on this one. I don't like these blue bags either as well. They're like a non-slip version of a piping bag, but I just don't like them. It makes it really hard to squeeze the mixture. Down into the nozzle. I love the 1M making the roses and then having the round nozzle like this. It's really, really effective. So did I tell you John's gone back to work this week? What they're going to be doing next week is half of them are going to be on night shift and half of them are going to do day shift, which is a really good idea actually for social distancing. Declan's not back to work yet, but he actually worked longer than everyone else. I'm just glad this is ready to pipe because it's getting pretty late now in the day and I don't actually like making soap after supper. In the old days when I had my shop, I used to go out all day in the shop, come home, make the supper and then start making soap. I was very determined back then. But I tell you, the worries of having a shop, I haven't got any of those. I do miss having a shop, but you know, it's really nice to be able to display everything. But I don't miss the worry of a shop, having to pay the rent and the rates and everything. The rent alone was 14,500 a year, and the rates were 6,500. And I'm just making soap, selling soap for a few pound a bar. It's an awful lot of soap to sell before you make any profit. So I know many of you would probably love a shop, but I don't know, I've seen a lot of people open shops and have to close them. Which is an absolute shame. So many have come and gone over the years. I think there's only one winner when, unless you own the building. If you own the building, you're laughing. But these types of things, there's only one winner, and it's always the landlord and the council. You know, the council are the one that you have to pay the rates to, and the landlord you pay the rent to. Yeah, you got to sell an awful lot of soap to keep going, so I don't miss the stress and worry of that at all, which is great. Right, okay, we're going to give this 20, well, probably not 24 hours, it's about 6 o'clock now, and we'll cut this tomorrow morning, so probably 12, 18 hours maybe, and then we'll get it cut. Right, it's time to cut this beauty. Oh, it's pretty. Now, you know I've been cutting my soaps bigger. I'm going to have to cut them a little bit smaller, because when I go to the post office to post one slice, it's just going over the 250 gram weight by the time I get my box and packing and everything in. It's just going over the weight, so I need to make sure that it doesn't, because instead of £6.50 to ship international, it's ended up costing me £10.20, which is no good at all. So just a little bit smaller. So these are getting cut at 190 grams. And they will shrink a little bit, but we have a very low water content on my soaps. I definitely prefer it. I think I'll just slip a photograph of the old version. If I've got one of the inners, I'm not sure I have one of the actual soap slice through. But if not, just click the information card in the top right hand corner, and you can watch that video and you'll see the difference between this one and that one. There's a nice little, well, it's not little, it's a really good sample for someone.